Testing, 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 testing. Properties, microphone. Blessing, you only make them bleed, but you don't care, you don't care. Bruises are but shadows of the blackness that you breed, but you don't care, you don't care. The light that's left inside their eyes is darkened day by day, but you don't care. The presence pulls the color from the world till all is gray, but you don't care. You don't, 'cause you're less than half a man. Yellow belly and crimson hands. You'll one day rape your reckoning. Maybe then you'll understand. You're less than half a man. Yellow belly and crimson hands. You'll one day rape your reckoning. Maybe then you'll understand. Comfort, but they only conjure fear. But you don't care, you don't care. Just in the closet praying, Lord, please get me out of here. But you don't care. You don't, 'cause you're less than half a man. Yellow belly and crimson hands. One day rape your reckoning. Maybe then you'll understand. You were less than half a man. Yellow belly and crimson hands. You'll one day rape your reckoning. Maybe then you'll understand. Mercy have they known from you. Hello, everybody. Red Ted says hi. Jeremiah says, hey there, Chance. Joshua says, yo, I got some good news. Jeremiah says, elevator update for the week. I had no elevator troubles. Well, that's good. Bacteria Monster says, hi. Douglas says, hey, how's it going? Red Ted says, how y'all doing? Carrick says, I got a TurboCat nozzle. Well, that's nice. Caleb says, hi. Donovan says, yo. Douglas says, hi. Donovan says, I got another Phantom Fury today. Well, that's good. No such thing as too many Furies. Red Ted, I recently got a Eureka Airspeed for $27 at Walmart. That's cool. It's not a bad deal for one of those. Red Ted says it's a different one, not the green compact one. Is it the full-size one, the Power Speed? Douglas says, my mom got me a Shark Power Detect power lift away. Well, that's good. Red Ted, it's pretty decent, not gonna lie. It's just a Cleanview Compact Turbo without the turbo brush. But I still like the airspeed I got. Yes. Chloe says, hello, Chance. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Dexter says, can you play John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads? I don't know that song. I have a very limited knowledge, and this song that I played, I didn't even play it correctly, so... Even the songs I know, I don't know properly. Vacuum Enthusiast, have you ever gone to a Target phone bin? If you don't know what that is, look it up. I'm familiar with the Target phone bin, but I've never had the lack of anxiety enough to actually ask about it. I've gotten an iPhone 11, 10R, and 8. I've made my first live stream appearance in 2 years, I think. Hey, nice to see you again, young Mr. Blue. Hamza asks, do you have carpet cleaning machines? I don't have too many. I've got 2 Hoover Steam Vacs, the older model. I've got 1 Hoover Steam Vac that's a really old model, but it doesn't work. And then I have a bunch of broken Pro Heat 2X Revolutions, various models. Not broken, but just, you know, don't like to spray correctly. And then I've got, I guess a bunch is subjective. But, and then I have a Hoover Power Scrub Elite that lives at work. But it is mine. Nice thunder in the background. I wish I could find that model with the silver. It's my favorite Phantom. I might actually sell that one potentially soon. Because I already have one that's this exact model. So I know I'm gonna sell. Well, I have 2 Thunders right now that are functional, but that I don't really need. That I'm probably gonna sell. One of them is an older model with stickers, and this one is one of the newer ones with the screen printing. You know, like, referring to like how the logos and labels are put on the plastics. This is one of the newer ones where it's actually printed on there. And I have one of the older ones where it's just stickers. I know I'm going to sell the one with the stickers because I don't really care for it. And it shuts off every once in a while. Like if you run it for like a half hour, it shuts off. I really should just fix that because it is fixable. I'm just too lazy. So the let me make sure I'm up to date on I've got, oh yeah, Red Ted. I've also got a Shark Professional Steam Mop at Target the same day I got the Eureka. The Shark was on sale for $65. That's cool. Yeah, Dexter says my Bissell Clearview 2, I assume you mean Cleanview 2, bagless keeps having a belt burning smell. What do? I took it to a vacuum repair. It doesn't fix it. It's the 20Q9. if it is it actually throwing belts, or is it just making a burning smell? Because if it's just making a burning smell, it could be that like something's misaligned and the belt is rubbing up against the housing, and that's like slowly shaving off like the very edge of the belt, and that's causing the smell. Or if it's actually breaking belts, then I'd check your brush roll and make sure the brush roll's not, there's no smoke, it's only the belt. I was gonna say, if you've replaced the belt multiple times with actual brand new Style 7 belts, and you have the right belt on it, and the brush roll turns by hand, and so does the motor, then yeah, I can't really say for sure without looking at it. Hey, can you give me a free Phantom for my channel? What do you think? Even if it needs work. No, I will not do that. Because there's no such thing as giving somebody a free vacuum. What you're really asking me is to pay $45 to $50 to basically pay you $45 to $50 for a Phantom, because obviously shipping is not free, and I'm not really familiar with a smart way to do that. I am open to selling one or two of my parts Phantoms potentially down the road, because there are a couple parts machines I have. And by a couple, I mean one. There's one Fury I have. Actually, there's one or two Furies I have. Although the LE I'm probably going to rebuild. But I definitely have a 12 amp Fury. That one that I got locally for $25. I'm open to down the road selling it, but it's not really a priority right now. Because I'd rather hold on to it and take the parts off of it that are still good, which I probably do anyways. So, I mean, realistically, if I even did sell you a parts Phantom, it would be it'd be mostly bad parts, obviously, because I have a lot of Phantoms that have had various parts needed to be replaced. So, I mean, that machine, it has a bad base. The pedal release is good, but I'd rather not sell that pedal release. I'd rather get one with a busted pedal release and switch those. That's why I'm not really trying to sell it right now. There was a base on eBay that I was going to get, but not only did it have a busted pedal, but it was cracked all over the place. So I wasn't going to do that. But right now it has a bad bass, good pedal, but a bad bass cover. I switched out the hose with one that doesn't have a cord hook. I switched out one of the attachment pegs for one that was snapped off a different Phantom, or a different Fury. I swapped the bin, well, not yet, but I'm going to swap, because I have a different Fury that needs a cyclone and bin, and that one has a good cyclone and bin, so I'm going to switch those. So it would have not a bad cyclone and bin, but it would have a bin with where the insert in it is loose, and it would, well, actually no, it would either have that or the one, depending on which one I put on, it would either have that or the bin where a part of it's melted. and then the Cyclone would be in good shape, but the handle would be glued. So I'm open to selling it, but I'm not gonna list it because there's so many things wrong with it. Like, I don't know why anyone would buy that for parts, because it's mostly built out of bad parts. Same with the motor. The motor's going out in it. Like, it could be saved. It could be rebuilt, absolutely. But that's what's in it. And, yeah, so, I mean, I'd be open to selling that machine down the road, but I don't plan on selling it because either because it's basically totaled, I would get so little for it that I wouldn't want to go through the effort of selling it and shipping it. Or if I was to list it for high enough to justify shipping it, well, then I would feel bad because I'd be selling a completely totaled shit Phantom for $100. That is a paperweight, basically. So if you really wanted it, I mean, I could do that, but there's a reason why I'm not listing it for sale or advertising it, because it's objectively not worth getting. Unless you literally want a project of like unless you literally want a Ship of Theseus project where, 19 out of the 20 parts are getting replaced. I mean, I guess the main body's fully good on it. The screws are good, so that would be decent. So, I mean, it's not a total loss. There's some parts that are good, but are the good parts in total worth that much? I don't think so. So, I mean, I could, but I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know, like, it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it for you to do. You'd be better off just waiting and finding, even like what I found with my daily driver Fury, where I found it on eBay for like $100, and I replaced the hose, the wand, and I think the brush roll or something else. I forgot what it was, and bought some attachments. And then for like $150 in total, I had 160 bucks in total. I had a Fury. But yeah, that was a very long-winded way of saying I could sell to you, but you don't want it. Basically, that's what I was trying. Basically, that's what I said in way too many words. Because I'm not gonna be like, yeah, it's parts, and then not say what it needs. Make you think, oh, it needs a brush roll or something, and the whole thing's just clapped. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't feel good selling that unless someone knew exactly everything that was wrong with it, at least everything I was aware of, and they knew that, hey, this is a project that's going to sink you. There's no point in really doing it, which is why it's just going to rot in the basement for parts. Because again, right now it's got a good hose, a good wand, a good cyclone and bin, and a good brush roll, but I have other machines that I just got that those parts are going to be taken off and put on and swapped over, so it's not worth it. But either way, I'm still glad I got that machine because, again, good wand, good hose, good cyclone, good bin, full set of attachments, even though they're really, really scratched, But yeah, I probably fell really far back in the chat from not ranting, but from long-windedly explaining all that. Yeah. Okay. I traded 2 Sanitaires and a Kirby Classic, one for a Kirby G5 that game polished. I don't know if I don't know if that's a good deal or not. I mean, maybe. I feel like a non-self-propelled Kirby would be a lot more desirable these days, because the self-propelled Kirby is like a G5 or a dime a dozen. I mean, you can find those all over the place for next to nothing. But yeah, have you ever played NES before? Yeah, of course. I have a pretty big NES collection. Can't you see the games behind me? Yeah. I mean, they're kind of blocked by a couple filters, but there's a stack of NES games right there. And another stack over there, and some 64, and some SNES. And I just got some more recently, too. I got some more, like, of the heavy hitters. I got Contra and Castlevania, Bubble Bobble, and a couple others. But I haven't played any of them yet. CS8, give me a free house. Absolutely. Red Ted, I hate seeing people neglect their vacuums, to be honest. I know it's 8:48. I'm far back in the chat. I'm at 8:41 in the chat, so give me a sec. Yo, can you get me a deal on a Phantom? I mean, Phantoms are one of those things where, I mean, it's my it's my wheelhouse. I mean, Phantoms, if I ever sell a Phantom, it's going to be pretty... I'm not going to say it's going to be overpriced. It's going to be in line with what the other ones are, and I'm not going to be all that negotiable, because I just learned today, because someone bought my Panasonic Platinum Quiet Force, and I didn't really want to sell it, but I went ahead and listed it anyways, because I was like, well, it's out, and, you know, if someone really wants to buy it for this much, you know, I'll have it listed. And someone just bought it for full price. I think I had it listed for like $229 or $227, I think, $225, somewhere in that range. And I'm like, that's a good amount for it, but do I really want to let it go? I mean, it doesn't matter. They already paid for it, so I got to send it out. And obviously, I should have thought about that before I listed it. So, but there's part of me that's like, really, that one sold? There's so many other machines I wanted to sell first. Like, I kind of wanted to keep that Panasonic, especially because it was like a good friend who gave it to me and everything. But I feel like a douche if I canceled, so especially if I still got a good amount for it. So, oh well. Either way, I should have listed a couple of the other Panasonics first. But to be fair, I don't have that many Panasonics. And I did just get the Kenmore Progressive 100, but it doesn't have a clutch or anything. At least I don't think it did. Or did it? Does the 100 have a clutch? I can't remember. Here's a tip for bag vacuums. If you notice the bag stinks, put dryer sheets in it. Yeah, that's pretty much any vacuum that stinks. But yeah, Donovan, or any Phantoms you are willing to sell, I'd be interested in, even if they don't work. I have like 7 Furies that need rebuilt, so I need parts. See, that's the thing. That's like what I was saying earlier, although your comment could have been left before that, before I said all this, to be fair, because I'm still far back in the chat. But again, I have a parts Fury I could sell you, but you wouldn't want it because any of the parts that were good I already took off the machine already. So just it wouldn't be worth for you to get unless you're replacing a part that's literally missing. Like if a bin and cyclone that work but aren't perfect are better than one you don't have at all, or one you have that are completely destroyed, like in pieces, then yeah, that could make sense. But you know, unless you're unless you're rebuilding a machine that's literally in pieces, it's not worth it. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, I think Donovan, I think you have my info, so I can always grab it, put it together, and you know, send you pictures of it and see what you think and let you know, of course. But I don't think you're gonna want it realistically, and I don't really think it's worth the hassle of selling it. Would you ever get one of the Daewoo made Germ Guardians? Vacuum enthusiast. I don't know what that Daewoo is, so I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah. Vacuum enthusiast. Do you know a lime green and white Hoover bagless vac with a spinning HEPA filter? Oh god, the W2. That thing's a piece of garbage. I sold one and one another. It also has a clean dirty sensor. Yeah, so that's the Wind Tunnel 2 or the W2 platform. You're thinking of the bagless version. There was a bagged one, but there's a bagless version. It was a really bulky Maytag, or no, it was TTI, wasn't it? It was a really bulky Maytag machine. I believe it was Maytag. It was a really bulky Maytag machine, and you know, it was one of those machines that killed Hoover because a lot of people bitched about that HEPA filter because it wasn't easy to replace and it didn't actually clean itself. It got dirty ridiculously quickly. I almost bought it a red W2 at a thrift store, but it was way too expensive considering how nasty it was, and the next time I went there it was gone. So I never got to try one. Although I know I would have hated it anyways because it was heavy and bulky and it was creaky, and I know I wouldn't have liked it. But it would have been interesting to see on the channel for sure. But it's one of those machines that would have got immediately flipped. Rick Hoover, I'm surprised how well my Whirlwind looks after I cleaned it. I doubt it's going to look that good after I use it. Oh no, not a Whirlwind. Need to do that to my Dyson, yeah. Dexter, it's my channel goal, please. And then you said 25. No, actually. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, Vienna, I found a smart vac last month. Dexter, they were 10 and 12, and one was from 1973. Okay. Oh, I see a Dyson in the back. Yeah, DC-40. Douglas Lead, I'm trying to sell a Eureka Power Speed Rewind with the Turbo Brush. How much should I sell it for? The current model? I don't know. Locally, 25, maybe 30 if it's really minty, but realistically, someone's going to talk you down to like 25. If you're trying to sell it online, I don't know. You might be able to get $40 out of it, but that's, I don't know. I don't know if there's much demand for that model because that's a current model. So that's like best case scenario, honestly. Current model stuff you're not gonna get much for because if it's still new for because you can find because I just remembered you can literally find the base models of those like the yellow and blue models refurbished at Ollie's for like $70, like $60 on sale. So it's gonna be really hard to move that thing. Plus money and what is this? They were 10. Are you gonna do? Hold on. Make a video on your Pure Air. That actually is down the pike because I'm going to sell it. I've decided I'm going to sell the Pure Air. Well, it's a Power Clean, but it's the Pure Air basically. Because I don't really care for it anymore. I literally haven't used it since I got it. And literally it sat so long that my roommates, this is gross, but it's the truth, it's what happened, that one of my roommates' cats at one point shit on the front of it. And I didn't notice that. So there's a hardened turd on it that I have to scrape off somehow. That's really disgusting. And thankfully it's not on any of the screws. It's just on the top of the cover. So I'm going to take it apart, get that off, disinfect it, let it soak overnight in Persil and Odoban. It doesn't smell or anything, but obviously somehow I didn't notice that because it was in the back of all my other vacuums and I never looked down at it. And so I got to get that off there. But in interest of full disclosure, it had a turd on it at one point. But obviously when I sell it, I will have removed and cleaned the area where said turd resided. So that's gross. But and it sucks because other than that, and other than that happening, obviously it's going to be gone. But other than that having happened at one point, and then the part where the hose clicks in, like the post next to it where the wand I think would have sat, part of the clip is missing, like snapped off, but it still holds just fine. So other than that, it's fully good, and it's still in really good shape other than that. So it still runs great. Obviously it's loud like they always are. I've even got some bags for it. I don't remember what bag it takes off the top of my head, but I'm going to clean it up and put a new bag in it if they're even... I mean, the bag that's in it has probably had like two tiddlywinks of dirt in it, so I might not even need to change the bag. But that's going to get sold at some point. And so that will be on eBay at some point after it's been deturdified and properly refurbished. And I might even polish it too because there's like no scratches on it. Like the thing's in gorgeous condition. So... yeah, so, but anyways, at least it wasn't in it, so, but yeah, because I pulled it out for the first time in anticipation of doing a video on it, and then I saw that, and I was like, well, I don't want to fuck with this today, and I put it back, and I was like, I'll mess with that another day, so, but that will be sold at some point, because I don't care about it anymore, but yeah, so that Pure Air is going to get a video done on it. I don't know what it's worth off the top of my head. Apparently they're very rare, so I don't know. After I clean it up and make it look and smell nice, we'll see what I want to go for. But at some point it'll get thrown on eBay. I do really like selling direct air machines too because you can always take the spine off and fit it in a much smaller box. And I keep getting ripped off on shipping. I keep putting in the right dimensions or not the right dimensions, but I keep putting in the right weight on eBay. And it keeps lying and saying that it's like 30. Every single vacuum is reporting 35 pounds, and it's like, and then eBay is like docking me like 10 to $20 for shipping, like a month after the vacuum has already sold. So that eBay's just stealing money from me, or UPS is, and doing it through eBay, and it's really frustrating. But yeah, and there's no way to dispute it or anything. It's just, oh, we decided we're gonna take your money. Fuck you. That's pretty much what it is. So, Shark steam mops are interesting. Have you ever used a Shark steam mop? Yeah, I had a purple one like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Is it a blue Kenmore? Is what a blue Kenmore? Rick Hoover plus money and space is important. Are you saying that in response to the Panasonic Platinum Quiet Force? I assume so. Yeah. Just so you know, Caden is back on YouTube and still hasn't changed at all. Who's Caden? Wind Tunnel 2 is Maytag, one of the last Hoovers under Maytag. See, I knew I was going to get that right. Oh, wow, I just skipped forward. Oh, no, yeah. I see the repaired Phantom Thunder 1998 in the background. Yes, indeed. I did just fix that. The video on that's going to go up soon, but since Jave Sykes a member, he saw it early. I've got a bunch of videos that are already uploaded for members. So if you want to get early access to all the videos the second I upload them, no matter what time of day it is or no matter how many days I wait to actually put it public, then become a member. It's less than $1. I mean, granted, with YouTube's cut, I probably only make like 20 cents off it, but it's less than a coffee or any. Honestly, what can you get for $1 these days? Probably not a lot with inflation. Maybe a piece of gum or a gumball or something, like a singular gumball. So for the price of less than 4 gumballs, because usually those are a quarter, you can get early access to Intelitech Studios videos, which is me, and then you can see all this stuff before it actually goes live. So, but 99.9999999% of videos do eventually get put public. The only exception is I did a video back when I got my DC-50, and I was very negative and pessimistic in that video, and I didn't really like just how it turned out. So that one is gonna stay a member exclusive video because I don't really. I like more positive videos being on the main channel. So, but yeah. Other than that, should be good. But yeah, so that's gonna be the Thunder is gonna be next video, and I still got to do the video on that DC-40. Although I already know what's wrong with it, so it's I gotta wait on a part. So, which I haven't even ordered the part yet. So yeah. I see the repaired. Yeah, I already read that. Or can you buy it to Smash? What can I buy to Smash? Hopefully you fix both the 10 Furies. That is the plan. That is indeed the plan. I just turned on the space heater because I'm cold. But yeah. So if you hear the buzzing in the background of the space heater that's under the desk, that's why. But yeah, I do plan to fix both of those, since I only have one other 10 Fury, and it's not in the best shape. So I'm probably gonna swap one of the bases off of one of those on my other 10 amp, because obviously that one I'm a lot more protective of. But yeah, happy that I have an original Xbox. It's in great condition, barely any scratches. Yeah. CS8 make people angry. Yeah. CS8, it's the same machine used in the QVC fall video. It was Maytag because it was made in 2006. Yeah. I still have my Bissell Powerlifter bag pet. Yeah, it's still a good machine. You can still get the clean view version. I'm going to review it at some point, probably this year. More than likely this year. So, I'm probably going to wait until... More than likely, I'm going to wait till next month before I start buying and reviewing new vacuums. Because I've got a pretty big, influx of machines to get through just this month, really. People are already asking for new vacuum saves, and frankly, I mean, there's not going to be one for a while. Well, I guess there is still... I didn't do the one that was supposed to have the DC-03 and 17 in those machines. So I could squeeze out one more that's like mostly Dyson focused, but I don't plan on getting. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously, who knows what the future holds. But right at this exact moment, I don't have any plans to get any new machines. Maybe best case scenario, maybe I'll get like 2 or 3 more. Because my local vacuum store, where I got the last 2 vacuum saved, lots from, there's a Bissell Healthy Home, a Sanitaire Force, Lightspeed, and an NOS DC-24 blueprint that I'm all thinking about getting. But I just don't want to spend the money or use the space right now. So, because those are all machines I've owned at one point or another in the past, so it's not really like we're learning anything new. There's slightly different variants, yes, but I don't think there'd be enough demand to justify those. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But yeah. Tire Wet and Carnauba Car Wax will shine up your Phantoms, especially because they're black. I also used it on my OG Xbox. I found 2 Bissell Clean Views. Hey, nice. Donovan, I have around 200 vacuums I need to sell. They're all in storage in a giant pile. Nobody ever buys anything in Marketplace. If you have 200, you might have something that I want. So, I could always see, and if you've got something, I mean, I know most people don't want to ship. I mean, I'd pay for it, of course, if I wanted it badly enough. So, I mean, you have the one Fury that's missing the bottom half of the base, and it's missing the Phantom logo on the Cyclone. Oh, a 10 amp where the logo's peeled off. Dexter, I have 14 vacuums in my bedroom. James Syke, I haven't found an SE or SE Plus. Vienna, my YouTube notifications are so late. Douglas Lead, I have a blue and yellow Eureka Power Speed that I'm trying to sell. How much should I sell the one for? Didn't I read that one already? Yeah, probably like 25, 30, maybe 35. Dexter, I love your channel. Thanks. CSA, the Power Clean takes style 5. Yeah, I know. Vienna, Deturtified, Chance 2025. Yeah. The Pure Air Power Clean takes style 3. I'm sure I could fit something in it if I don't have... I have some style 5 bags somewhere. I don't know if I have any style 3. Caden also said the N-word. I'm unfamiliar. Caden is basically a Bizzle kid that annoys all vacuum YouTubers do videos for them, and he won't stop until you do video requests. He's annoyed tons of people. That sounds familiar. I feel like I've, because I know I've heard that name before. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been so long I forgot. Let's see. Theoretically, you can put a style 7 in it. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing. Or I've got some YZ as well that I need to use. So, because I never use these bags ever. So usually if I get a Hoover, which I know we're talking about Bissell, but usually if I get a Hoover, I'll put the original bag in it, because I don't. Even though I just put the style 7 in there, people freak out and bitch about it. So I'm like, okay, well, here's the shitty Febreze bag if you want it. So it's the proper bag. Theoretically, you can put a style 7 in it, yeah. Dexter, I never stumble upon Bissell in my local thrift stores, yeah. The only Bissell I've seen lately is the Easy Vac. The old school Easy Vac? Because if it's an old school Easy Vac, I'd probably want that. The old school white and blue Easy Vac, I still want to get one of those. But yeah. You try to find one of those wind tunnels online for me, I was very attached to it, but I let it go. I mean, if I'm looking for you, it might be easier if you just look on your own, because then you don't have to wait for me to do it. You know, check eBay, check local websites, check Marketplace, check their stores. You'll find one eventually. There's still a couple of them out there. Like I said, I'll look, I'll still try to keep an eye out for you, but, you probably find it just as quickly as I would. Benny Sticky, I have a Dyson DCS7 all floors. I'm trying to figure out if I should buy a new clutch or rebuild the old one. I'd say what you do first is, if the clutch seems to be working but the brush is just slowing down, get yourself one of these packs of replacement clutch belts, because for whatever reason you can't just buy this belt. Because this belt, the one that goes from the clutch to the brush roll, this is a pain in the ass to replace. You want to avoid replacing this if at all possible, and most of the time you don't need to, because these are so ridiculously short when they're new that it can still have a tight grip on the brush to the point where you cannot pull out the brush by hand, but it's still stretched, technically. So really, you can get away with letting that go for a while. But this belt, if this belt slips, the whole thing's clapped. But 2 screws, literally 2 screws, and this belt pops out. So what I would do is, because these belts are super cheap, take these belts and try this belt first. 2 screws, literally just a little gear in there, a couple of gears. Just pop this off, pop the belt out, put the new one in, clap this back together, put the damn thing back together, and see if that fixes it. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then you can work on this belt, and ideally, you'd be able to tell then if this belt is the one that's slipping, and if it is, then try rebuilding it. You know, obviously take the new belt back out of this one if you do end up replacing the clutch, but then try putting the belt in this one, which is much harder, but at that point you at least eliminated the more easy and more likely scenario. But at that point, if you fuck it up and you ruin it, then you can pop in a new clutch. So 99 times out of 10, it's just this belt. And if it's not this belt and it's the actual clutch, and the actual clutch itself is fucked, you'll know, because it'll be really, really wonky, and it'll just be all sorts of messed up. These wheels in here like to wear out sometimes, but generally in my experience, they're usually okay. It's more so the gears and the bearings inside here that get like stripped out and fucked up. And then once that happens, you can still rebuild it, but it is very much a pain. And ideally, if you have a whole new clutch assembly, you would just put that in. But obviously those are getting few and far between. So even though I've bought a ton of brand new clutches, I've stopped putting them in machines. I now try to rebuild them first, and then just keep all the extra clutches for whenever these are completely clapped. Because they gotta last me indefinitely now, because they're discontinued, finally. I was a douchebag and I ordered all but the last 2 or 3 of the clutches that my local Dyson service center has. I don't know if they've gotten any more since then, but as far as I know, I mostly cleaned them out. But they let me buy them, so... And the guy even gave me a discount, because I bought, like... I think I bought 9 of them. Is that right? Yeah, I think I bought 9 of them. Actually, I can go back and look and see what the order was. But yeah, I bought a good chunk of them. Dyson. But yeah, try to replace that much easier to change belt first, and then worry about rebuilding it and or replacing it. Obviously, replacing it is the last resort, because a lot of times people will say, "Oh, replace it," when they don't actually need replaced. And yeah, that's obviously planned obsolescence on the part of the repair techs, because they don't want to tell you how easy it is to replace the belt that is most commonly the one that goes bad. But then again, that's assuming the machine was maintained. If your machine has been running a shit clutch for 20 years, then yeah, that clutch is probably clapped. Not always. I've seen... I mean, this one's 2004, and this one's still good, so... You know, it's just one that I pulled out of a machine, and I put a new one in that someone else had rebuilt, and it's actually shittier than this one. So I'm gonna put a belt, because this actually might be okay. Actually, to be fair, this belt is stretched more than they usually are, so this one actually might be too stretched. But I can't say for sure without seeing it in a machine. But yeah. Let's see. Caden is the Bissell 3525 guy. He's the reason I didn't keep mine, because he kept spamming my comment section with requests for demo videos even when I told him I won't do it. Wait, so did I get that 3525 because he kept spamming you on doing videos on it? Because if that's the case, I'm glad he did. I'm kidding, obviously, but... Because, I mean, yeah, I don't give a shit. But I still really appreciate it. Wait, Donovan, are you the vacuum info guy? Are you the one who sold me that 3525? I think that's right. I can never remember. So many damn people have alt accounts and stuff, and I can never remember who's who. I assume you are, because I don't know anyone else who had a 3525. So, I think I'm right about that. But either way, I'm so glad I got that thing. Although I haven't used it in a while. Mainly because I've been using the sand. Well, recently I've been using the Fury like I've been dailying for a while. But I'm so glad I have that machine. So. You still have the Shark Power Detect lift away. No, Rick Hoover's right. I sent it back a while ago because I hated it. It was trash. Jave Psych, I'm selling a Phantom Thunder HEPA filter housing in nice shape. It's so funny because I would have totally bought that, except this one has a perfect housing. Like you can see, like it's not cracked or nothing. So, and the clip's in good shape too. So, regardless of if I sell this, I'm going to be a douche and I'm going to take that housing and put it on my domestic. And then my Thunder that's been turned into a domestic. And I'm going to put that on there and then put one of my shittier housings on it. Is what it is. Actually, no. I think my other Thunder that's this exact model I think has a messed up HEPA filter housing. So I'm probably going to put it on there because it would actually match. And it doesn't get used very much. I don't even use the Thunder hardly at all because I don't really like it. It's just so bulky compared to the Fury. I ordered the original Halo for my OG Xbox and may buy more games and the Duke controller. Yeah, probably need some more games for my PS5 and one day get the Series X and buy another OG Xbox to mod it for online gaming. Yeah. I got Abyssal Big Green recently. Video should be out this week. Hey, nice. How do you like it so far? Awesome vacuum. Say chance. Okay, I read that out of order, but yeah. Jacob says hi. Vacuum enthusiast. I tried, no luck. Big Lots is going out of business. Yeah, I know. Braden Johnson, what's up, Chance? Hey, what's up, Bray? Benny Sticky, yep, the clutch I have says September 2007. It's rattling and shaking. I took it apart and the bearings are done. Yeah. Donovan, that's part of the reason I sold it. Main reason was I just preferred the 3522, and yes, I'm Vacuum Info, though I renamed my channel Vacuum Insights. Yeah, I saw that, so I was kind of confused. I was like, I thought Vacuum Insights was a different channel. Because so many people have alt accounts. I mean, to be fair, I do too. But I don't ever use my alt account. I just use this for everything. Everything in terms of, like, browsing and watching and stuff, you know. So chances are, if you see me anywhere, it's going to be Intelitech Studios or Intelitech Mobile. Or I'm probably going to make a couple more accounts. I want to pull some of the early stuff that's not vacuum related off this channel. But I don't want to delete it outright and just let it disappear, so I'm probably going to make an archive channel where all the old videos will go. What's your old account? Well, I don't have an old account, that's what I was saying. This is the old account. This is the YouTube channel I've had the longest. I love it, as well as my Sanitera SL4110A. Good shit. I've got both of them right over here, next to a couple Furies. So not bad at all. Have you ever played NES before? I just answered this question. Like, you asked that question like an hour ago. Yes, I have. I've had a Nintendo for long. Statistically, I've had a Nintendo for longer than you've been alive. And I don't mean that in like an insulting way, but it's like I've had a Nintendo since 2010. So that's 15 years. Actually, well, I might have had one longer than that, but I'm not sure. I want to say 2010. It might have been 2008 or 9. I can't remember. But it was at least 2010 I've had a Nintendo. Original Nintendo. I also have the top loader too, which is the second gen Nintendo. I need to do a video of that on the mobile channel. I pulled out a bunch of phones So I actually am going to be doing more videos on the Intelitech mobile channel. So there's going to be a bunch of phone videos on the Intelitech mobile channel, and I'm going to do some Xbox 360 videos as well. So this phone will turn on. Yeah. So I pulled out a bunch of my phones, mostly Notes. So there's a Note 8, Note 5, my phone, which is a Note 10, which I'm probably gonna switch to something else at some point. But yeah, Android is starting. The Note 7, the bomb phone. Got the Note 7. But yeah. I broke the handle on 2 out of 3 of my DC-14s today. Thankfully, one of them I still have not broken yet, which is good because I need to ship that one out because someone bought it. So that one is not going to have the broken handle. Because I tried to pull off that top piece and it's clipped in on the front. It's clipped in on the front and I snapped it on both of the handles. I tried to switch tops, and for whatever, I guess it's just designed in a way where you can't remove it without breaking it. So on 2 different occasions I snapped the front piece off, and had to super glue them back into place. But it's not a big deal. Say I have a Note 7 on an airplane and get free first class. Yeah. You might get put on some kind of list at this point. Like, they take that shit seriously. Like, even though it's been, 8 years, I don't think they take that shit seriously. Then again, I don't know if they even care at this point, because it's such an obsolete phone anyways. But I'd rather not chance it. And, I mean, the phone's obsolete at this point anyways, because Android 6.0 is super, super out of date. So... And the phone's just, the battery in this is trash, and the phone's really laggy and everything. So, but yeah. I still love the Note 7, though, even though it's kind of a, crappy phone now and all that. Oh, I clicked on the wrong video because the thing was lagging so much.
Is the only meal subscription that brings
Gosh, shut up, Pac-Man. But yeah. I was trying to click on a comment. Someone with a comment on the stream thing. But yeah, so phones, and more phones. Yes, absolutely. I also had to get a new phone. Yeah, I've been daily driving the Note 10 for a while, but it's been giving me problems. So I might actually downgrade back to my Note 9. I also dropped it this morning and put a nice little dent on the top of the frame because I was using it in my house without a case because I can't find any of my good cases. And I probably should have had a case on it, because there's just a tiny, tiny little dent. Just the tiniest little dent on the top, and it really bothers me, even though it's pretty small. So, even though I don't like this case, I'll put this case back on it. But yeah, so should be good. What washing machine do you have? I have, it was a question from Austin Backups. I have a washer and dryer set, and they're both Crosley. I don't remember what model number, or if I even ever looked, but it's a Crosley. From what I remember, it's the commercial GE brand, from what I understand. And, I mean, I've had the set for a while. The washing machine's been working just fine. I don't use any fabric softener or anything, and it's been running fine because you're not supposed to. And I probably need to do like a wash cycle in it, though, to be fair, just in case there's any gunk in it. Recouver, Whirlpool, Crosley, yeah. And from what I understand, this Crosley is not the same Crosley that makes those shitty suitcase turntables. I believe that's a different company, from what I understand. But, yeah, the quality of these is actually pretty good. And the dryer's pretty good, too. of course, I vacuum out the lint trap every single time before I run it, like you're supposed to. Awesome vacuums. You should do a video on it. You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea. How funny would it be if I did a video on it and it was so successful that I was able to buy a new washer and dryer set? Not that I would, because I don't need, a new set. But if I could buy, something else, that'd be kind of cool. Rick Hoover, I have an LG, which is a piece of shit. Yeah. Rollpool Crosley. Used to be a Maytag brand. Yeah, I think that's right. CSA at Siren says chance, lol. Is that a question, or was there context at the time that I already forgot? I don't know. Donovan, I have a couple YouTube accounts. I have one old YouTube channel I forgot the password to, which sucks because I really want to take it down. Nobody tried to find it, lol. See, that's how I feel about... I used to have this channel that I made with a friend of mine, and... oh, CS8, you said take the chance. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. What's a lint trap? Is that part of the dryer? Oh, dear God, I really hope you're not in charge of maintenance of your dryer. Yes, it is. But anyways, so there's a channel that my best friend Chris, back when I lived in Kansas City, we had a channel with some other friends of mine. I'm not friends with any of those guys anymore. But we had a channel where we basically parodied McJuggernuggets and Angry Grandpa and all those like smashing channels. We had a series called Ghost vs. Josh. And I don't mind talking about this because even though it's cringe, I believe the channel still exists somewhere. And the crazy thing is we lost the password a while ago. Like in progress. Like we were still actively posting on there when we lost the password. And so there's even like one or two videos we filmed that's not even on that channel, but it's on this channel, like, but archived. Because all the ones on this channel are privated, I believe. All the Ghost vs. Josh videos on this channel are privated. But the ones on that channel are, of course, still up, obviously. Whatever. This was like 9 years ago, I want to say. 10 years ago. 8, 9, 10 years ago. I don't remember how long we did it for. But everyone had stupid nicknames. My character was it Psycho Josh? And then my friend Chris, which, his name, he also goes by Ghost sometimes. That's like part of his gamer tag. So his was PO'd Ghost, like pissed off Ghost. It was super fucking cringe. There was like one friend we had, his name was Graham, so it was like Angry Graham or whatever. And there was like, we smashed an Xbox that was red ring. We smashed a TV that didn't work. We smashed a my Sony Vaio all-in-one that I grew up with. We actually smashed that. And I don't even know if that one's on that channel because I think that was when we lost the password. So not only did I not get the video uploaded on that, but that computer's now long gone. And I wish I had kept it because that machine's very nostalgic and I want to restore it and put XP back on it. But trying to find one of those on eBay is ridiculous because I don't even know what it's called. It's a gray Sony Vaio all-in-one where the keyboard flips down and it's like a very small LCD with big speakers next to it. The whole thing's silver. It had XP on it, and it had like a laptop style keyboard with a 10 key that flipped down, but you could flip it back up to cover the screen. And there might have even been a handle you could have got for it and like carried it around. Somebody's got to know what computer I'm talking about. I don't think anyone's even mentioning what I'm even talking about. Everyone's still talking about vacuums. But yeah, so that's what was my point in mentioning all that? Yeah, so that's the only other like alt that I have that's not actually my channel. But yeah, Make and Tell Tech Archive. I plan on doing it at some point. I want to get all the videos done on this channel, like that I'm gonna have set out for like 2 or 3 weeks, which includes these and a couple others. I want to get a bunch of those done and uploaded so that way for members you can see them all and you just binge that for a while, and then for the and then drip feed the public release every 2 days for the next while. and then take a little bit of a break from this besides streaming, and then I can put a little bit more work into Intelitech Mobile, into Blacklight, into I just leaked the name, and into Intelitech Archive, because I'm gonna make an Intelitech Archive. I'm probably gonna make an Intelitech Extra for to do videos on the hobbies that I don't think fit anywhere else, like my Geotracks, my Pepsi bottle collection, my dish remotes. That's mainly it, but probably a couple others. Or I might just put those on some other channel. I don't know. Actually, I'll probably make Intelitech Extra and Intelitech Archive the same channel. That'd probably make the most sense, honestly. But I don't know. I'm not really sure how to go about that, because I don't know where a Geotracks video, a dish remote video, a dish receiver video, or a Pepsi bottle collection. I'm not sure where any of those would go on this channel or Intelitech Mobile. I don't think it fits either of those. So. But yeah, because obviously I have a bunch of other hobbies that I'm not really active in, but I'd like to do like 1 or 2 videos on just for the sake of it, you know? Because vacuums aren't the only thing. Benny Sticky, why is that Caden guy shampooing his carpet with no shoes on? I don't know. People give me shit for wearing shoes in my house. And I get it. Objectively speaking, I think the people that say you shouldn't wear shoes in the house, I think objectively they're right. But it's just a habit. You know, I didn't grow up in a house where I was, you know, it was demanded that I take my shoes off. So a lot of times I didn't. But yeah. Hell, I'm wearing my shoes right now. But yeah, Rick Hoover, by chance of stuff. Jesus Christ, I already sold 2 vacuums today. Because I sold that Panasonic, which, I don't know, I wish I'd kept that. But, I mean, I could cancel it, but I'd be kind of a douche. And, I don't know, I'll probably just get rid of it, and then I'll find another one later on, probably. But either way. So... But yes, Rick Hoover, I agree with Rick Hoover when he says by chance of stuff. I've got more machines I'm going to list, but I'm probably going to wait a bit because I want to get these shipped out first and not have to worry about it. But either way. But yeah. Oh, also, I bought... Oh, Rick Hoover. It's a newer Panasonic, so it's not hard to find. Well, that's good. The only reason I'm hesitant, or I was hesitant, is because what other bagged uprights with good tools, you know, can you still get? Like, with actual brush roll shut off. Because the Felix and the Dart exist, and I have a Dart, but I fucking hate it. It's so top-heavy, and it's just really bizarre. I'd prefer like just a standard upright, because like there's that simplicity, that Taconi machine, but it's doesn't have a brush roll shut off. At least I don't think it does. I mean, there's the R25, which I do want to get an R25, but like, is that it? Is the R25 the only machine that fits that bill at this point? Didn't you have a channel called Intelitech Talks? That was the plan. I actually forgot to make that. But I forgot about that. I might have to do that still. They just have a low speed for tile. Wait, the R25 does, or the Simplicity? Yes, they are. Lindhouse Diamante. I've never really liked Lindhouses. I mean, I haven't tried the Diamante, to be fair, so maybe I really like that one. I'm definitely open to trying it. In fact, I'm probably going to try one soon. Because at some point this year, I'm going to visit a good friend of mine who lives in Washington. And I'll probably be able to get to test drive some machines. She said that she wants to do a video, but she's really hesitant because she's worried about just kind of, from what I understood, it was like a presentational thing. Like, she was kind of worried about the presentation of it. But I love her, and I want her to be happy and do whatever she wants to do. So obviously, if she wanted some help making a video or getting a channel off the ground, I obviously would do that for her. And if not, it's not a problem. But ideally, I would like to still do a video or two at that store if possible. But obviously, it would be 100. It's her store, so obviously, it'd be 100% up to her. But regardless whether it's on camera or not, I will hopefully be able to get to try a Diamante and a Felix, and I forgot what else she has, but the usual like vacuum store special type stuff, the Sebos and the Lindhouses, and because I think she does Lindhouse, Sebo. Fuck, I can't remember. She showed me like a little tour of her store earlier, but I can't remember what she had. But either way. But if you're ever in, I forgot the name of the friggin' town, but if you're ever in whatever area in Washington that is, check out Richter's Vacuum Shop. I think that's what it's called. I really hope I didn't get that wrong. That'd be really embarrassing if I did. Ignore everything I just said because it might have been incorrect. Bellingham. I think that's right. I don't know. But either way. But yeah, so there's a possibility that I might get to try a Diamante soon, reasonably, this year, if she has one. Because otherwise, I don't know any other store where I'd be going to where they would have one. Actually, no, because during that trip, I'm probably going to be in both Washington and Colorado, so I might be able to stop by Alex's store, too. But we'll see. This time, he'll know ahead of time, so that way I don't go there and then find out he's not there. So that'll be the plan. And I would imagine, I mean, maybe this is a weird, not weird, but maybe this is a ballsy assumption, but I would assume that, if I came down to his store, he'd want to, like, do some videos together. Considering both have pretty similar channels and everything. They're pretty similar, but it's kind of weird. Like, his always has more subs, but then mine always has way more views. So it's kind of like, so it's not like super obvious to like deduce which one is the bigger of the two, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care, obviously, but because I mean, hell, there's people like Zach from Phantom Lightning, who, even though their channel's like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, like, I still consider them like a really big, like, OG channel. Same with Backmaster the Great, or EP Junkyard, Phantom Vacuum Fan, Caleb Schmaltz. I mean, I've said this list of names 100 times, but all those guys, I still feel like I still feel like they're at least culturally, bigger, because they've been around for so much longer. They've had a much bigger input on the whole collecting community as a whole. So Rick Hoover and HF6 and Activa I want. Yeah, the Lindhouse Activa looks interesting. Is that the cordless one, or is the Diamante the cordless one? I can't remember. But in HF6, I know a lot of people who love the HF6, like, are just in love with the HF6. So it's definitely one of those machines where I feel like I would like it if I tried it, but at the same time, it's a tub vac. I didn't like the Henry, just honestly, it's not my thing, and I don't like tub vacs. I'm still very, very, and please, I don't mean this in an offensive way. I mean this in the nicest way possible, but I'm very white trash when it comes to vacuums. Like, give me a basic rubber belted Bissell and a straight suction canister, and I'm happy. I'm happy as a clam. And it's probably because of how many vacuums I fix. Like, I was talking with Zach earlier, and he was mentioning how after fixing so many Dysons and machines like that, he just doesn't like the daily any bagless machines anymore. He just likes using an Auric where he can just run it. What is that smell? Oh God, what is that smell? And that was weird. That was just the chicken in the crock pot. For some reason, the smell was flowing through the house for some reason. Carrick, you know McJuggernuggets. I know of him, but I do not know him. Compact C9. I have a strange active with a mechanical belt protection rather than electronic. I'm not sure what that is. Come down here to General... Oh, wow, I squashed those two comments together. Come down here to Arizona and General 1. Yeah, General 1's also an OG. Yeah, I always forget those. But yeah. I might go to Arizona at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I was gonna look and see how many clutches I ordered because I was curious. Because I know I did at some point. Orders. What the fuck is that sound? I live in a rail town. There's trains that go by very frequently. Is Regina electric broom worth anything? I don't think so. Awesome vacuums. I'm thinking of selling my 6583. Do you want it? I don't know. I kind of want a 6584, which I know it's the exact same machine. Like, I've been trying to find a 6584 because that's the one that I had back in 2010. But I mean, 83 is the same thing pretty much. I don't really need it because I have the turbo. So I mean, I don't really need it, but I mean, I can always do something with it, I suppose. I guess it depends on how much you're wanting out of it. I mean, I don't need it. I don't really want it, but I don't want to see it like get chucked either, because I always save those biscuits. So I guess if you don't find a buyer for it, then let me know, and I'll probably offer you something for it. But I'm sure you should have no problem selling that machine, because a lot of Bissell kids want that. So I'm sure you'll be able to find a buyer for it. So try to sell it elsewhere first, but if nobody buys it, then let me know, and maybe I'll make an offer on it, but I can't guarantee nothing. Because I don't need it, I don't really want it, but I'll still save it if need be. Awesome vacuums. What would you pay? $7. No. I don't know, really. Because, again, I don't really... It's not something I'm really after, but I don't want to make you an insultingly low offer on it, but I also don't really... it's not something I'm looking for, so it's hard to say. Honestly, I'd say just try to sell it for whatever you want out of it first. Do some discounts if need be, and then if it still doesn't move in 6 months or whatever, then let me know and I'll offer you something at least for it. Whatever you're comfortable with, I suppose. But yeah. Where do you get the clutch belts? You can get them like aftermarket ones on Amazon for like nothing pretty much. But yeah, I got a Dirt Devil multi-service the other day. I found some original plastic Hoover Elite brush rolls on eBay and lost my mind. I've been looking for Elite brush rolls, so that's kind of funny how I missed that. But either way. Rick Hoover trains. Yeah, indeed. CS8, I frequently visit my uncle that has tracks behind his yard. Yeah. CS8, you should do a rail fan. Same, and I agree. Benny Sticky, what would be the reason of a bin not opening on a DC-07? Could be just the little arm is not lined up with that slot on the inside. So if you undo the top of the Cyclone and pop that thing out, you'll see if that little stick that goes all the way down and into that slot, you'll see if that's misaligned. Because if it is, it ain't gonna do shit. So Darren Skeel says, good evening. My son Michael is happy you're on. My kid wanted to let you know he got the Shark ADV with odor neutralizer from Walmart for Christmas. He was so excited to tell you about it. Well, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that he enjoys his new machine. I hope he enjoys his new Shark. I'm tired. It's been a pretty busy day for me, for the most part. Why is my nose red? Is my nose red? My nose is really red. Whoa. Huh. I'm not sure why that is. I just noticed how red my nose is. I don't feel sick or nothing. I feel fine. I'm tired, but I'm always tired. I'm not coughing or anything, so I don't have COVID or anything. I don't know. Who knows? Carter says, I see you got one of those $14 Daredevil sticks. I've had that thing back there for like 6 months. It's probably not even available anymore. I just wasted money on it. I don't even know if it's worth me even doing a video on it, or if I should just sell it. Oh, I got an Oric XL2 today from that Melissa Brown person. Oh, nice. Basically, a rail fan is someone that records a train. Oh, rail fan. Fan of rail. Okay, that makes sense. Darren, you made his night. Thank you. He liked your Stratos and Power Detect video. He wants the Power Detect. Well, hey, that's cool. If he wants... I was going to say, if he wants a Stratos, I am selling my Stratos if he wanted it. Because, like, you know, Stratoses are still, like, I think $400 brand new. Unless they're on sale now. Because I've had mine listed on eBay for a while, but I'm probably going to lower the price on it because with shipping, it's a little bit... It's not... It's like $220, I think. Because I think brand new, they're like $400 still. At least they were. I don't know if they went down at all recently. Yeah, they're still $400 at Walmart. They're $500 on some random websites, but I'm not sure why. Yeah, $400 on Amazon. Okay, so the blue one's $400, or no, the red one's $400, but the blue one is $350, which does, or it's $370 from Best Buy, which makes no sense because isn't that the more deluxe model that has the turbo brush? I don't know. But either way, and I know I had the turbo brush for that Stratos. I don't think I put the turbo brush in the pictures, but I do have that turbo brush, and it would come with it, of course. But yeah, so the that machine I am selling. If you did want a Stratos, of course, I don't know if I stole the box for it, but I'd have to find some sort of box for it. But I think I've got one that'll fit. But yeah, because I don't want that thing. I really want to get rid of it. But I've been trying to sell it for like 2.5 years and nobody wants it. So I'm not sure to do about that. Probably because I don't usually recommend it. So people are like, well, if you say not to buy them, why would I buy one from you? And it's like, oh, that makes sense. So selling $14 stick vacuum, no offense, but you make no money on it. I didn't say I'd make money on it. It was 20 when I bought it, but now it's 14 apparently. I thought it went back up to like 30. I don't know. Selling it. Yeah. She's that person from Raymond, New Hampshire you talked about before. Yeah. She has an eBay and an OfferUp store and all that. Douglas Lee, my mom got me another Bissell Cleanview Active Wand 3533 model for my birthday at Target on sale for $89.99. Well, that's cool. Benny, been searching for a Dirt Devil broom vac. Does anyone have one for sale? Are you talking about the old school broom vac, like the one that looks like a, you know, it looks like a small Kirby or a small, like it looks like a small Kirby or a small FNG or something like that? Because I have one of those that I've been meaning to sell, but I just haven't listed it on eBay yet. But I have been meaning to sell it. Did you say you're selling the Thunder? At some point, I'm selling 1 or 2 Thunders, more than likely. How much would you sell it for? The broom vac? I don't know yet. I'm not sure what they're worth. Rick Hoover, what's a like mint condition broom vac worth? Because mine's in really good condition. The only reason it was donated is because it needed a belt. So I just got to put a belt on it and put a new bag in it. I'm actually looking for a Fury and a Thunder. Yeah, most people are, to be fair. But, broom vacs are worth quite a bit of money. If they work, you can easily get 100 plus shipping. Oh, that's good. I like money. I'm a greedy capitalist. Oh, I bought some... I bought 4 DC07 crevice tools. Because for whatever reason you can still buy these direct from Dyson. And they're $2. Direct from Dyson. But you can't get the DC14 ones, which are way more important. And I care way more about the DC14 crevice tools, getting those brand new, because the aftermarket ones don't fit on the machine properly. These don't actually matter, but you can still get these. So I bought some. So for whatever reason, if I ever sell you a DC07 and it doesn't have a crevice tool, please call me an asshole, because it should have a crevice tool with it, because I have so many extras now. Also, you can get the red dusting brushes. Just the red ones, and only the brush. I can't get the red crevice tool, and I can't get the gray dusting brush. But I can get the red dusting brush and the gray crevice tool. This makes sense. How the hell do they still have these? And these are $9. So, having just this is really annoying. But I still bought one. Spray paint the gray tools red. Well, yeah. But yeah, so I've got a new dusting brush for my low reach. Technically, this would also kind of work on the Target red if I really wanted to put a new dusting brush on it that's genuine. But I would feel weird putting 2 of these brand new and then a used upholstery tool. It seems kind of weird, so... The DC14 I just sold did have a genuine set of tools, just because, again, you can't really get away with the aftermarket tools because the crevice tools don't fit. So, but yeah. What color DC07s do you have? I have, well, I now have a red, a purple. So I have a Target red. I have a Target pink, which the pink I might sell at some point. I don't know yet. I've got two DC07 low reaches. One that's an older HEPA BactiSafe, and then one that's a newer low reach. The low reach I'm probably going to sell. I've got a DC07 Carpet, DC07 Origin, HSN exclusive. So that's like a dark, very, very dark gray, like modern Dyson dark gray, even darker actually, and white Cyclone. And I've got a, I think that's all of them actually. I think I just listed all of them. But yeah. What is your opinion on the Chariot Vac ride-on vacuum 24-volt ATV? I have no idea what that is, so I have no opinion. But yeah. Vancouver people snag those for at least 100 or more. Nice. Donovan Curtis, my best friend, has a Stratos. It is stupidly loud, and I tried using it to vacuum, but it didn't do well, and it was so loud it hurt. That's pretty much my experience with the Stratos. Ended up using it for double dynamite, and it actually did much better. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. To be honest, I've never seen any Phantom in person before. Yeah, that'll do it. They're not super common these days, but you can still find them. Carrick just smashed the Stratos. No, I'd rather not. Carter spray paint the gray tools red. Yeah. Have you got any thrift store luck recently? Not recently. I mean, the most recent thing I got was that DC-40, and it wasn't even that great of a deal. I mean, it was 25 bucks, and it came with all the tools, you know, all the extra tools, and, you know, in a bag, in a sack, and, but yeah, it works, but it needs a clean, it needs a COV hose, and it needs a set of filters. So, otherwise it works, from what I can tell, at least. Do you still watch Power Wands? Yeah, absolutely. Scott Dunn, Happy New Year. How was your Christmas? I found 2 older Kirby's in the trash, a Classic 3 and a Classic Omega. The Classic 3 has a hose. They both work. I was happy to find them. Well, that's cool. I think I have those exact 2 Kirby's that I got a long time ago off of some dude who said he rebuilds Kirby's, and he didn't even put belts in them. He put rubber bands in them, thinking that was going to drive the brush roll. What a jackass. But, yeah, so it's kind of sketchy. But, yeah. Either way. I'm probably gonna... I'm probably going to a, Oh, Carter, what side did you get those Kirby's off of anyways? I got them from, Marketplace. Awesome vacuums. Are you going to do more mess tests? Probably not. I don't like doing mess tests. It's not really my thing. I just kind of did it the one time. But I might do something with like shredded paper or something, but nothing with like dust and dirt. At least not super often. Nothing super crazy. Nothing to the Parwas level where it's like all over the floor and everything, and you can't even see the carpet. It's not my thing personally. Yeah. I will be right back. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. That one. All right, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, not too many comments. What should I do for my 1K sub special? I'm not sure. Whatever you want to do. You should collect fire alarms. I have plenty of collections as it is, frankly enough. I have too many as it is. But yeah. Awesome vacuums. I thought about doing performance tests with shredded paper because I have a lot of it. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. If I was going to do it, I'd do it with shredded paper because I have a ton of it. Hayden Vlogs. I'm trying to get my hands on original Dirt Devil Featherlight bagless. Yeah, a lot of people are. I'd like to find one too. Donovan, I hope my new Fury ends up working okay. It's a limited edition, which is the only reason I bought it. And I have an Ellie with the newer logo already, so now I have both versions. Well, that's cool. Alright. I'm probably going to end the stream in a minute or two, so anything else you guys want to mention or talk about before I stop the stream? What would you say is your most valuable vacuum? In terms of retail value, the Sebo X7 Boost, which I think retails at like $1,100. As far as like secondhand value, like current value, you know, in their current state, that would go to two of my Phantoms. It would be the NOS Fury, the new old stock Phantom Fury limited edition, or the Wildcat. I would assume the NOS Fury LE is worth the most. I don't know what the number is, but it's vastly bigger than all the other numbers. I mean, both those machines are probably worth at least, like, worst case scenario, they're probably worth like $600-700. So, like, you know, right now, if I want to put them on eBay. But, yeah. Either way. What about the liftoff? The liftoff's not actually worth all that much. I paid $286 for it. That's probably about what it would be worth in the box and new and everything. If I sold it right now, put it back in the box, I only used it like twice. Maybe I could get the same amount for it. Maybe a touch more, just so the actual like paid amount is the same. But yeah, I wouldn't profit on that machine, obviously. But that wasn't the goal. The goal was to actually have it and use it. So, but yeah, I'd say it's easily one of those two Phantoms. And then, like I said, you know, MSRP, of course, the X7. I don't think any other machine comes close to those three. I mean, yeah, there's some Dysons that when they were new retailed for like $600-700. You know, the Kinetic was $699 when it first came out. But that's pretty much it. Well, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm probably going to stop streaming in a little bit, probably a few seconds. Donovan, I wish I could find some rare Phantoms. I love a Crosswind 200 and a Vectron. Those are the ones I want in my collection the most. Yeah, I agree. I'd like those too. I'm not holding out hope for getting either of those. I made the mistake of passing on a Crosswind, you know, a year ago, and that's just, it is what it is. So, I didn't get it. I'm probably never going to get one, but that's okay. I've made peace with that at this point. Obviously, if I saw another one, I'd jump at the opportunity, but more than likely, it's not going to happen. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe one of the two or three guys I know who has one. Maybe they'll decide they want to get rid of it at some point and be like, hey, you know, I'm sure you like it, so you can you can buy it for this much or however, and you know, so that way you can have it and everything, or get it, I should say. But I doubt that's going to happen. But yeah. Douglas, I have a red Dirt Devil and Vision that's not the turbo version. Yeah. I've seen those before. yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and stop streaming. Cause yeah, I don't wanna get too late of a start tomorrow. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Bit of an earlier one today. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your night. And hopefully all is well. Anyways, y'all have a good one. Take care. Peace. New video out tomorrow.